Hey, Bill Faith here from Build Short Terminal Wealth. I'm an investor just like you. And if there's one thing that I'm known for in building my super properties, it's having uniqueness about the property and unique amenities. I am here at one of my properties in Montana, and you see this thing. It's dry. We're in mud season. We just got done with ski season. But this is about a 300-foot creek that runs all the way up to the top of the property. That's unique amenity number one. A lot of you just think of like hot tubs or pool or ping pong tables as amenities, but the stuff that is almost impossible to replicate, especially outside, is what really drives amenities and what you should be focusing on when you're purchasing. You can see these little ducks flying away. Behind me here, you can see there's still some snow on the pond, but this is a pond that is about an acre big. This is also a 5.5 acre property. And what's really cool about this is I stocked it with 250 cutthroat trout and rainbow trout. So there's a lot of things that I'm going to share with you that are super unique about this property. You can see I've got a feeder here because I put small ones in. You could paddleboard on here, you can do whatever, but mainly this is going to be a fishing pond. I don't know if you can really see down in here. You see the ducks flying. If you can't see under the water, but it's not that deep. It only goes down to about 12 feet in depth. But as I turn around, you can kind of see the breadth of the property. That is the primary, that is the guest house, right? But here's what you see over here by the guest house. Fire pit number one. See right here behind me? Fire pit number two. This is built in right next to where the waterfall would come down in the creek. So the waterfall is incredible from the sound that it makes. So I've got a creek, I've got a pond, I've got it stocked with trout, I've got a waterfall, I've got two fire pits, two, right? So you see how big this one is here? So like when I've hosted B&B camp and couples retreats and stuff like that, it's awesome. But if you're going to have a large group and you got people staying here in the main house, they would use this one. You got people staying in the guest house, they use that one. The other thing, I'm not going to walk over there because it's just starting to rain, but you look at right up there on the deck, that's a hot tub at the guest house. So they've got their own hot tub. They've got fire pit. Same with the guest house over here. That is a huge deal. Another thing is an amenity. You can see behind me in that fenced area. That is a garden that will be fruits and vegetables. A lot of berries will be in there as well for guests as we get into springtime, which we're not quite there yet. I'm filming this the last week of March. Literally had called 2 couples retreats here last week, and this entire thing was covered in stuff. Now it's raining, which I haven't seen rain here in quite some time. Walking up the steps into the primary house, and you can see 6-person hot tub. Super important. We talk amenities. I'm going to show you a couple more here in just a second. So now I'm inside the main house, and you can kind of see it here. Really well designed, but one of the things I made famous at the start of COVID in 2020 was the coffee bar. So we have biscotti, we've got the creamers, we've got sugars, we've got little cookies, we've got tea, we've got frothers, we have to-go cups, we've got stir sticks, pretty much everything that you need, and plenty of coffee cups mixed in with the wine bar here. All of these things. So since this is a ski market, not that I think many people would bring skis into the property, but something that's kind of cool is these are called gravity gliders. Got some padding down here so they can hang their skis, they can hang their snowboards, and then inside the laundry room, we've got basically lockers. As you can see here, there's 4 lockers. You can put your boots underneath your bag, hang your coats. You've got places up here, and then this comes into the garage, which you can see all the games. They're all push back. We've got air hockey, we've got shuffleboard. I love this metal, almost indestructible ping pong table. Don't scrape on the don't try to scrimp by and not spend money on the ping pong table. I've got Mortal Kombat, NBA Jam, Miss Pac-Man Galaga, Golden Tee, NFL Blitz over there. So that is 5 video games for the price of literally the all-in-one. That gives me 5 times the marketing. What I think is one of the best investments here is this is a Hall of Games Pop-A-Shot, $249, right? Huge deal. Got seating over here. You can see the lighting. We've just taken that down. I've got 2 sets of cornhole, one for the guest house and also one for the main house here, just because we sleep 24 people. So you got to make sure that you have enough capacity for all of your guests. So I'm going to walk you upstairs here into the loft, and there's another bedroom up here. And Some of the things that are important to me that are becoming super important is a red light. Red light, which is really important. And then what I think is the amenity of 2025. That is really a 2-person sauna, but it's supposed to be a 4-person. And one of the reasons I use Finleo or Tyleo is I can connect that to an app and I can control that. I've got saunas. Everything's tied into my buyer persona, which is Wealthy Wendy. I can show you a bunch more stuff in the guest house. We also have games and stuff over there as well, meaning we have board games. We have bucket golf, which I think is a tremendous amenity for kind of split between both houses. But we also have video games over there as well. So that way they can have the same experience at the guest house as they have here. So when you're choosing your amenities, make sure you choose wisely and understand that this property is so unique. It's the only thing like it, with the pond, with the creek, 5.5 acres, 2 houses, but it's the only property with 2 fire pits, the only property with 2 hot tubs, the only property with 2 gaming areas, game rooms, and the only property with a secret room. I'll show you the secret room here in just a second. All right, let's walk into the guest house. One of the things that's really important, just as a sidebar, you see this caribou. The other house is goat hunt, and this entire property is whitefish retreat, actually on whitefishretreat.com. I can't believe somebody didn't have that taken from a marketing perspective, but you always want to brand your property. So even though we have Whitefish Retreat, still branding 2 separate houses. So it makes it easy for the guests, easier for me from a branding standpoint. So this used to be a garage. This now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rooms, a couple of bathrooms. You can see the video games, 75-inch TV, Golden Team, it's Pac-Man gaming area. We've got lots of board games and stuff to go into here as well. This is one of our storage rooms in here. And if you can kind of see down there, we have a tremendous amount of amenities. So one of the things that I look at as an amenity is extra towels, extra soaps, extra body wash, a ton of paper towels. Like we put 4 rolls of paper towels up there, 2 or 3 here, plenty of toilet paper. We just want to make sure that we're not missing out on amenities. So, and one thing that I believe is a amenity, this is a room that I actually designed. This is a bathroom. And there's like makeup stations, right? Literally, you look at the mirrors and how we set everything up. We've got your regular deal here. This is the women's restroom, private shower. So we strategically put the shower in there and then a separate room for the bathroom. That way you can only have 1, 2, 3 people doing makeup, someone in the bathroom, and someone in the shower as well. Those thoughtful things as you're doing construction become absolutely critical. This is the men's restroom. Literally, they should be faster showers next door. Just, 1 vanity, 1 bath, 1 toilet, and the Montana. One of the other things that we have in this property, in this guest house, is a secret room. I'll kind of show you here. You can kind of see it right over here. We did some cedar paneling, had this thing, it's completely shut. And you walk by it, you just can't see it. There is a handle. I don't really know how anybody could miss it, but let me get in here and turn on the light and kind of show you through here. Caribou, campers only. This is a camping room. This is literally a tent. The whole walls are lined with a tent. You can see the nice leather chairs here. This is the moon. So let me turn on the moon and turn this light off. Can't really see it in here because actually, there you go. So you see that closes the door, and then you see the moon and the stars and everything up there. This is the secret room that Bria put together that is just totally super cool. These are the things that bring people back. Small investment. I think this was maybe like $7,000-8,000, but we get to market the secret room and kids absolutely love that stuff. So especially when you put in something like the moon there as well. It's not the traditional amenities, folks. That secret room is something that the kids are always going to remember. Say, Mom, I want to go back to the house with the secret room. Dad might catch a 2-pound rainbow trout, out in the front and say, hey, honey, I want to go back to that place. I was able to catch a rainbow trout in their pond. Those are the things that give us way more cachet, way more marketing power, help us bring back guests to book again and again and again. It's one of the reasons I do 41% direct bookings. So a lot of unique features about this property. I'm walking upstairs to the guest house. You can kind of see everything here. You can see we have wine fridge, wood-burning fireplace, which you have to have in Montana. Lots of space, kitchen, coffee bar, very similar to what you see at the main house. Desk, working area. There's the hot tub. So hot tub number 2 through here. 2 bedrooms. You can see bedroom number 1, bedroom number 2 with a master suite, another bathroom in there, and then kind of the laundry area. And that goes back out, and you can see where the garden is and that type of stuff. Created a totally unique space here. Problem is, I'm selling it. And literally last Monday, I listed it at 5 p.m. or about 5:30. Lauren Taylor out of Bozeman, my agent did, and told her I wanted to get like 3.25, 3.3 million. She knows the market. She said, let's list it at 3.2. Virtual viewing the next day at 11 a.m. and a $200,000 over list price offer, so 3.4 million. You wonder why I say and teach to have the mentality of sell quickly. So I paid 2.95 million, $150,000 seller credit. So my basis is 2.8 million, selling for 3.4. That's $600,000 in gross profit in 7 months. How long will that take me to make $600,000 in gross profit off of a $400,000 property like this? About 3 years. I'm taking that profit now, reinvesting into a motel, hopefully down the street from here, about 10 to 15 minutes away. That's why I have the mentality that I bring from the commercial side of real estate into short-term rentals, because it would take me 3 years to make that 600 grand. Maybe 3.25 years, to be honest with you, versus being able to do it in 7 months. So those are the things you need to think about. That's why appreciation becomes supremely important when we're making investments. It's why I look at the core four. Number 1, cash flow. Number 2, appreciation. 3 is debt pay down. Number 4, the tax benefits. I know a lot of you are going to let the tax tail wag the dog here if we go back to 100% accelerated depreciation, but you need to be making investments in that order. But I want you to have the mindset, how do you get to reposition to tap into that cash? Because now I'm going to walk out of here when we close with right around $900,000 in cash. I had 638 that I put into this property, right? For down payment, for everything. So that means I'm going to have a net of about 270,000. Think about what I can do with $900,000 in cash. I'm going to be able to do roughly about $4 to $4.5 million worth of property, splitting that into 2, getting ready to buy a big $2.6 million property, something in Nashville that doesn't exist. My first investment there, just outside of Nashville. And it's bigger and it'll be just as amazing as this. And I'll be able to add on another property and hopefully double my net income. So if you have questions, leave a comment down below. This is the amenities. This is how you need to be investing. And this is the mindset that you need. If you have questions, post a comment below. But most importantly, make sure you smash that subscribe button. I'll see you guys on the next episode.